Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, May 21st, and I'm your host, Krista McDonald. It is so great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. Monday, Governor Baker held a press conference with the great announcement that Massachusetts will be lifting all the remaining COVID restrictions on May 29th. Public Health Director Sigal Reese explains how this will impact Norwood.
The Commonwealth is on track to meet the goal of vaccinating 4 million residents by the first week of June, and all remaining COVID-19 restrictions will be lifted effective May 29th. This moves the schedule forward from the original date of August 1st. In Norwood, case counts are dropping and vaccination rates are climbing. In line with the updated CDC face covering guidance, the administration will also rescind the current face covering order and issue a new face covering advisory effective May 29th. Non-vaccinated individuals are advised to continue wearing face masks and to continue distancing in most settings. The advisory will also recommend fully vaccinated individuals no longer need to wear a face covering or socially distance indoors or outdoors, except for certain situations. Face coverings will still be required for all individuals on public and private transportation and in healthcare facilities. Face coverings will also remain required indoors for staff and students of K-12 schools and early education providers. Effective May 18th, the youth and amateur sports guidance was updated to no longer require face coverings for youth athletes. All youth sports restrictions will be lifted May 29th. Effective May 29th, all industries will be permitted to open, all industry restrictions will be lifted, and capacities will increase to 100% for all industries. In addition, the gathering limit will be rescinded. Governor Baker will end the state of emergency on June 15th. With our communities fully opening, we need to continue to work to vaccinate as many people as possible. With the approval of Pfizer vaccine for 12 years and older, it will allow us to get more of the population vaccinated, and we need to continue to work to get more and more people vaccinated. The health department will be running a vaccination clinic with the J&J vaccine for 18 and older on Sunday the 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Green on Central Street. The J&J vaccine is only approved for 18 and older. We ask that you register on the town website, but walk-ins are also welcome.
Thanks, Sigal. The Norwood Scholarship Foundation held its annual awards night at the NCM studio on Thursday night for the second year in a row. Foundation President George Yusevich and Vice President Tim McDonough, two Norwood legends, read aloud the winners. Foundation Treasurer Dan Brent also made opening remarks. Mr. Yusevich closed the awards night with this message.
Although Tim and I could not personally present the award to you, we hope this live broadcast in some small way made it worthwhile. As I said at the beginning of the program, you have demonstrated excellence in athletics, academics, arts, and volunteer activities. You are high school and college heroes. Your community, your school, and foundation applaud you. I know that you can appreciate what your parents and guardians, grandparents, teachers, and relatives have done during this pandemic time. Be sure to thank them for their help and their guidance along the education road. And again, be sure to drop a note to your generous scholarship sponsor.
We'll be right back after this break with a great rebate program for Norwood residents.
The town of Norwood will celebrate its 150th birthday next year. The steering committee is announcing potential funding opportunities and will accept proposals for grant money. If your organization or community group is planning a celebration, we invite you to submit a proposal in writing. Please be specific, include your contact information, fund request, and how the event fits into Norwood's 150th. You can email your proposal to chris@norwoodma150.gov, or proposals may be submitted electronically to their website, norwoodma150.gov. Deadline is June 17th, and you will be contacted if selected. Norwood 150, a rich history, a bright future.
Welcome back. Last Friday, the town of Norwood announced that the Neponset River Watershed Association recognized Norwood's Planning and Economic Development Director, Paul Halkiotis, with a Public Service Award. During his time working for the town, Halkiotis led Norwood to become the first watershed town to complete the state's municipal vulnerability planning process for climate adaptation and many projects and park improvements for riverfront land.
Yeah, I was very flattered to get an award from the Watershed Association that recognized my service for some projects that we are currently working on and will work on in the future to help improve the water quality and provide better access to the Neponset River. I've been fortunate enough to have worked with a couple other watershed associations in the state over the last 35 years. When I was in grad school at UMass, I received a grant from the Connecticut River Watershed Association that helped pay for some of the research for my master's thesis. That was back in 1985. In 2010, I worked with the North and South River Watershed Association on a number of different projects, but the one that I'm most proud of is the South River Park that we teamed up with Samantha Woods and the North and South River Watershed Association on creating a great new park at the gateway of the downtown in Marshfield, and had a great working relationship with the North and South River Watershed Association, working on a bunch of projects. So now, 10 years later, it feels really good to be partnering up and working together with the Neponset River Watershed Association on a variety of initiatives to help, protect the water quality, improve the water quality of the river, and provide recreational and access opportunities to the river.
Congrats again, Mr. Halkiotis, very much deserved. With gas prices continuing to increase, the appeal of electric cars is on the rise. The town has recently teamed up with Energy New England to provide Norwood residents with great rebates on electric vehicles. For more on this program, we go to Brian Boudreau.
For years, Norwood Light's electric department has offered great rebates to residents who buy energy-efficient appliances. Recently, they've expanded their rebates to cover electric vehicles. Since the early 2000s, electric vehicles have slowly grown in popularity, and today they make up more than 3% of new vehicle sales worldwide. Jason Haber, Assistant Superintendent of the Norwood Light Department, explains the new program offered to Norwood residents.
As a lot of you know, for a while now, we've offered appliance rebates, weatherization rebates, all sorts of home energy audits, commercial energy audits. And one of the newer programs that I'm actually here to talk about is our Norwood Drives Electric. It's our electric vehicle rebate and incentive program. It's for both residential and commercial ratepayers. We're offering up to $2,500 back on a new electric vehicle. So what the Light Department decided to do was we partnered with one of our long-term partners, Energy New England.
Energy New England, or ENE, is the largest wholesale risk management and energy trading organization serving the needs of municipal utilities in the Northeast. They currently manage the power supplies of over 20 municipal electric systems. Norwood Drives Electric is one of many programs that ENE offers.
The Norwood Drives Electric program is a free program offered by Norwood Light to all Norwood residents, and it was launched in October of last year, 2020, and it offers some exciting elements to it, including some rebates and incentives, including a rebate that matches the state More EV rebate for new electric vehicles. And that rebate of up to $2,500 that matches the state rebate that Jason mentioned earlier, there's two different ways that you can apply for and get that rebate. You can purchase your vehicle new or used anywhere in the state and apply for it after the fact. Or in some cases, you can go to a local Norwood dealer and you can get that rebate as a point of sale rebate or cash on the hood right there. And our staff is available to help you achieve that. Our program goes way beyond just an informational website. We offer one-on-one free support for residents on all things having to do with EVs, whether you have questions about the vehicles themselves and what's available, or about charging and setting up charging at home overnight, which is the best time to charge your car, or if you want to learn more about all the different rebates and incentives that are available, not only for the vehicles, but also for charging. So if you're interested in getting an electric car for your next vehicle, new or used, please contact us at norwooddriveselectric.org, or give us a call on our toll-free number. We're glad to help you with any questions, big or small, and we have relationships with the local dealers. We can help you set up a hassle-free test drive or help you find the best deal on your next vehicle to make it electric.
Norwood Drives Electric is not only a residential program. There are many commercial incentives for Norwood businesses to take advantage of.
And we're really excited for the new program where we're working with commercial entities throughout the town of Norwood to help them with our commercial programs. This can range from helping them find good sites, do site analysis, connect them with installers, help them apply for state grants, and also the Norwood Drives Electric commercial rebate, which is a rebate that's up to $6,000 to help with an installation. And so if you give us a call, we're always happy to talk and help and see what works for everything from apartments to commercial entities looking to help with their employees, and also, or just looking for folks who want to get public charging out there for all the public to use.
As you can see, there are many great incentives to go electric on your next vehicle. Whether it be a cost savings or saving the environment, Norwood Drives Electric has all the information you need to help make your decision. For Norwood News, I'm Brian Boudreau.
This week is the last week for Norwood High seniors, and they will graduate on Sunday, June 6th. Before I toss it to Senior Class President Juliana O'Neill, all of us at NCM want to thank her for reporting on our Norwood schools all year long. Juliana will go from a Mustang to an Eagle as she will be attending Boston College this fall. So for one last time, let's go to Juliana O'Neill for the latest in school news.
Thank you, Ms. McDonald. I have enjoyed reporting the school news, and I am excited to lead the class on graduation day. I have learned a lot by reporting about the Norwood schools, and I am proud to graduate from Norwood High School, and I am excited to go to Boston College in the fall. I'll always be a Mustang. Thanks again, and now let's take a look at some activities happening in our Norwood schools this week. At the Willett School, firefighter Mr. Paul Ronco came to talk about fire safety with their in-person kindergarten students. He talked about how to protect yourself, stop, drop, and roll in a very unlikely event that your clothes caught on fire. He even demonstrated with the students and had some practice with him. Students asked why this was the technique, and he educated them on how the tactic would smother the fire while running would fan the fire. He spoke about fire alarms, smoke detectors, and the need to make sure the batteries are changed to ensure that they are operating properly. A highlight for the students was when he put on all of his firefighting equipment. He said that the boots go on first, even before the pants, and then comes the oversized coat, which will keep him safe in temperatures up to 1,400 degrees. Principal Stephen Bilhard said it was wonderful to have such a great professional help to teach the children about fire safety. This summer, the Coakley Middle School will be offering a fun and engaging summer program for entering 6th and 7th grade students. Students will experience a mini middle school in true middle school fashion with changing classes, different teachers, and great activities. We will offer a wide selection of courses including math, science, and STEM, summer reading, gym, and much more. There will be 2 two-week sessions, and families can sign up for one or both. Each session is $25 and runs from 8:30 to 12:30 a.m. each morning. This week at Norwood High, all the students returned, and in order to serve lunch, some changes were made to the lunch schedule. Here's Principal Dr. Galligan.
Here at Norwood High School on Monday, May 17th, we started back with 5 full in-person learning days. And with that came a little bit of a change to our schedule. With that, we started serving lunch in person. We've added a 4th lunch and shortened the lunch periods to make sure the lunches are a manageable size and a safe size. But we also have been blessed with some very beautiful weather, and we've been fortunate enough to have such a beautiful space at Norwood High School with so much outdoor space for our students to utilize. So we've capitalized on all of that, using all of our space for lunch, a little bit more of an open campus feel within the campus, where we have plenty of supervision, but students can feel free to move around a little bit more during their lunch. We have outdoor classes coming outside regularly and utilizing that, taking advantage of the space, as well as the updated safety guidance from the state, the Department of Education, and the CDC. We're really happy to be all back, all in. We've had several requests from students and staff that maybe we keep this model in place in the future. So it's definitely something we'll entertain. And again, thank everyone for your support and flexibility and patience this year.
Dinosaur Days are happening at the Little Mustangs Preschool Academy. The preschoolers at the LMPA went back to the prehistoric days to learn about the dinosaurs this week. They turned themselves into dinos by making cool masks. Don't be too scared. The students had a dynamite time completing puzzles, matching dinosaur cards to dinosaur toys, and learning big words like Stegosaurus and Brontosaurus. The preschoolers turned up their science skills by mixing baking powder, food coloring, water, and little dinosaurs to make dinosaur eggs. After a night in the freezer, the eggs were ready to hatch. By adding vinegar by dropperfuls, great for fine motor skills, the outer egg started to fizz and soon the dinosaurs popped out. The little paleontologists were excited to then play with their dinosaurs. The Remote Learning Academy hosted Indian musician Rusika Murali Mohan, who taught students about Indian music and instruments for students in kindergarten through grade 5. Rusika is an accomplished violinist and vocalist of South Indian classical Carnatic music. She immigrated at age 5 to Norwood, where she went to Norwood Public Schools and sang as a madrigal. After learning about India and Indian music, students were able to try singing the Indian version of Do Re Mi and practice rhythmic beats. Mrs. Moen was a former student of RLA music teacher Miss La Riviera, and they worked together to tie the presentation into the RLA music curriculum, celebrating different cultures. It was a real treat to welcome Mrs. Moen back to Norwood, this time as a teacher. A big thank you to the Norwood Cultural Council who funded this incredible program. Well, that's it for the school news. There is something interesting happening in our classrooms and schools every day, and thanks to all the educators who share their news with us. Now let's go to Brian Dunn for the latest in spring sports.
Hello and welcome into the sports update for this week. My name is Brian Dunn. Our main story this week comes from the ball field where Norwood competed in a Monday night contest against Millis. Jack Cropper, only a sophomore, takes the mound for the Mustangs and puts up a legendary performance. Batter after batter after batter goes down on strikes, 18 total for Cropper, as he combines with an out coming from Joey Steves in the end to pitch a no-hitter for Norwood in a 5-0 shutout victory. Thanks to NCM commentator Mike Crowley, who'll always have the scorecard to keep. We caught up with Jack Cropper after the game.
I felt really good. I was just trying to, throw strikes and see what happens from there. I think it was the curveball. I rarely threw for a ball. I think that was the best pitch I had command of. I'd say just take your time, take a deep breath every now and then, and just keep trying to throw strikes.
We'll go around the stang again. First up, track and field with some solid finishes versus the Medfield Warriors. For the girls, 5 first-place finishers, including a double gold for Tina Fontaine in the 100 and the 4x1. For the boys, Carl Schlutzbaum naps first in the 400 and 4 other finishers in a lot of distance events. Girls tennis drops their match to Medway 4-1. Flip that score around to get yourself a boys tennis victory over the Medway Mustangs. Well done to the boys. Softball continues to roll and puts up double-digit numbers in the run column with a 14-7 win over Medway. Baseball defeats Dover Sherborne 8-3. Volleyball drops their match to Milford 3-0, and wrestling in their first meet of the year grabs a decisive victory over Holliston 52-30. And those are the highlights around sports this week. Next week we'll have coverage of volleyball, wrestling, and track and field during the week, so keep it here to the Sports Update and NCM on social media for recaps of all the coverage. I'll talk to you next week. Kristen, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. In government, the Board of Health met Monday morning. Health Director Segal Reese shared details of additional resources coming to town. The Norfolk County 8 Coalition, or NC8 for short, is granted funding from the state to enhance public health staffing. As coalition leader, Norwood will host the NC8 shared staff. These services will spread across 8 communities.
Really, the added services are going to be employees.
Okay.
So it's 2 people that we need to find workspaces for. I do anticipate really working with the other 7 communities to try and, we want to make sure that everybody gets an equal access to these employees. So whether it be rotating on a monthly basis, working some part-time virtually. This is, new for everybody to try and figure out how to share employees. I know Norwood's done it with a couple positions, but it'll be new for us to figure it out and to really share it across all 8 communities.
Aubrey Seal announced that Impact Norwood will be partnering with local liquor stores this summer with hopes to reduce underage drinking. This summer, certain liquor stores will begin to place stickers on purchased items, reminding adults not to purchase alcohol for minors. The Sanitation Department was thrilled to report that the town pools will be open around June once all inspections are complete. The next Board of Health meeting is June 22nd. Later that night, the Planning Board met and started off by discussing Luis Paulo Baptista's Jiu-Jitsu and their signage. The board motioned to approve the signed site plan. They then welcomed new members of the board, Sarah Bouchard and Lynn Marchand. Next on their agenda was discussing the special town meeting draft of zoning bylaw amendments. They motioned to push off the stormwater management bylaw to the next town meeting. The board motioned to not allow the open lot vehicle storage bylaw amendment to go through without it stating it says to include bushes and fencing. The change in the landscape buffer strip that was made was to eliminate this exception of the 10-foot buffer strip and make it to 20 feet, as well as to require a sidewalk. Finally, the board motioned to accept Articles 1 through 4 with the corrections and send them to the Board of Selectmen. Their next meeting will be held May 24th to wrap up some continued hearings. The final meeting of Monday night was the Sustainability Commission. The group discussed feedback on the outline of their action plan. Members voted to present the final draft to the Board of Selectmen in June. This plan sets the foundation for the commission, and growth is the next step. Those interested in joining a sustainability subcommittee can apply on the town website. The Middle School Building Committee held another open forum Wednesday evening to review information from the last forum, such as the cafetorium, gymatorium, and auditorium, as well as the scale of the building. On May 26th, the town committee decides on whether the school will be grades 5 through 8 or grades 6 through 8. Also, on June 7th, the committee decides which building plan they will use. The forum wrapped up the meeting by reviewing the poll that was given at the last forum about the grade change and the advantages and concerns of that grade switch. As in other forums, the committee fielded questions from the audience to end the meeting. The Conservation Commission met as the other meeting of Wednesday night. The board's only public hearing of the night concerned a project application from William Doyle, who is looking to build a viewing platform adjacent to a wetland trail behind Father Mac's playground. The project was approved with negative binding. Also at the meeting was the Norfolk County Mosquito Control District to give an introductory presentation on who they are and their responsibilities. The meeting ended with the CPC report and a trails and land update. The Conservation Commission will meet again on June 2nd. For complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government channel or watch on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break for more town news. Welcome back. Next on our park tour, Katie and Megan head over to Bond Street to check out the tot lot and the new rubber playground surface that was made possible by the CPA.
Hi Norwood, Katie Seastead here at the Bond Street Playground, located on, you guessed it, Bond Street. This is also known as our tot lot. We'd first like to thank the CPA who helped us get poured rubber here. This is our first playground in Norwood that has, for the recreation department, that has poured rubber. And so you'll also see some new elements. We also have some swings, a whole play structure. There's some wood chipped area. We like just to make sure that our families don't drop off their old toys here. We understand that sometimes they're in good condition, but unfortunately it could cause danger on the playground as they're not in structured places. So please, if you have a donation, call the Civic Center. We can look before we accept. But once again, we are at the Bond Street Playground. We hope you come and enjoy the new elements in the poured rubber. It's easily accessible, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
And just a reminder to all residents that Norwood Hospital's COVID-19 Vaccination Center in Westwood has the Pfizer first dose for those aged 12 and older. Appointments are available this week. Call 781-278-4545 to register. Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week, and until then, have a great weekend.